here to cover the webinar or the parent portal. And let's go ahead and chat about who we have here with us today. So today I have obviously myself. My name is Emily Cole. I'm a product training specialist here with Jackrabbit. And then I also have Catherine with me. Catherine is with our support team. So if you ever have put in a chat, a ticket, or a call request, you might have had the pleasure of working with her. If you haven't, don't worry. I'm sure at some point you will be able to connect with her when you do submit anything to support. Just a couple of things before we do get started. Today is being recorded. The webinar is being recorded, so you will get a link sent out to you via email. That email will come from Zoom tomorrow, and you will be able to get that that recording through that email. You also are able to answer all or ask any questions in the Q&A. Our chat is closed. It keeps it a little bit cleaner for me on the back end on how I can get all of the questions and answers that were submitted, and I can send that out to you. So that will also be in your Zoom email tomorrow. Let's see, what else is there that we need to cover? I think that is it. So yes, this is being recorded, and yes, it will be sent out to you tomorrow. So let's go ahead and take a look at what we're going to be going through today. So really, when it comes to the parent portal, it is all about settings. So there are specific parent portal settings, there are e-payment settings, and then there are general settings that go along with the parent portal. And then the very last thing that we're going to cover is what the parents see. So I'm going to log in as a test parent account in the Jackrabbit account that I'm in today, and we will take a look at what the parents see. Other than that, let's go ahead and get started. So let's go right over here. I'm going to log into Jackrabbit. And the first thing, if you have never been in one of my webinars before, there are two things I always like to go over. The first is our Jackrabbit help. So this is, if you click this little question mark icon right here, this is what this will bring up for you. If you have any questions and you're looking for, like, let's say a help center article or a video, that is anything that is up here in the green. So if you are looking for help center articles, click this book. If you're looking for the video help, you can click this icon. Staff training options is right here. That's where you might have found this webinar today. And then if you are with e-payment, you can also be doing that and looking at e-payment resources. Let's say you're not exactly sure what you're looking for. You can just search right here. And let's say I want to search parent portal. I can do that. I'm going to click enter, and it's going to bring me all search results that have anything to do with parent portal. You can see there are a lot of them, 466 of them. So you can just kind of go through and look at that. If we go back, let me get back to this pop-up right here. At the very bottom, right down here in the blue, this is how you'll connect with support. You can submit a ticket, you can request a call, and you can chat with support. As you can see, when I'm hovering over these, the submit a ticket and request a call, you can see the call times as well as the support times. When chat is not open, this will be grayed out and it'll say chat is unavailable. Or it might say chat is closed. I might have the verbiage wrong there, but this will not be able to be clicked. So the last thing that I want to point out up here is this right here. If you join, or if you click this Facebook icon, you can join our Jackrabbit software user group. I highly recommend joining this. At the end of this webinar, I will have a QR code that will be shown on the screen. You can scan that with your phone, and that will take you straight to the Facebook user group for Jackrabbit. And there's just a couple questions that you have to answer to get into the group. Sorry, my brain went dead there for a minute. So there's just a couple of questions that you will have to answer to get into the group. Somebody on the admin team will take a look at it, make sure that you are a client with Jackrabbit, and then they'll admit you into the group. And then the very last thing is this YouTube channel. This is where we upload any of the videos that we create here with Jackrabbit, whether that is one of my webinars, a very quick help center video, or anything that marketing does when it comes to releases, announcements, roadmaps, things of that nature. It all goes right here to this YouTube channel. The next thing I want to point out is this bullhorn icon. So as you can see, there's a little 3 here. I'm going to show you what that means. This is our Jackrabbit Resource Center. So the first two, the Let's Get Started in Optimizing Jackrabbit, it's kind of a step-by-step walkthrough. If I click it, you can see there are steps. So there are a lot of steps that I have not completed here. And these are, let's say you're a new organization to Jackrabbit, then this is a great way to get started. Same thing here with optimizing Jackrabbit. If you want to get a little bit more out of Jackrabbit, that is a great way to do it. Training opportunities. This might have been the other way that you found my or this webinar today. You can click right here. It shows any training that we currently are offering or have coming up. So as you can see here, we've got one coming up next Thursday. We've got the appointments webinar tomorrow. And then you've also got the one today, and that one is not showing up because it's already going on right now. And then this is where that little 3 is coming from, is this latest enhancements. Anytime we release anything new here within Jackrabbit, this latest enhancements, that's where you're going to get this little number in the green circle. So if you look right here, as you can see, appointments have been released today. That is so exciting. I can't wait to go through that with everyone tomorrow. If you are not in that webinar or signed up for that webinar, I highly recommend it. We're going to go through all of the awesome features that come with the appointments. And then as you can see, as you can see, this is all the rest of the latest enhancements that have been released. The last couple of things are integrations and partners, featured videos, show me how, and then submit your idea. If you ever hear anybody saying, submit your idea to the idea portal, this is one way to do it. All right, so that is everything when it comes to just some of the general information I like to push out in all of my webinars. But let's go ahead and start focusing in on the parent portal. So when looking at the parent portal, what we are first going to look at is our parent portal settings. So how do you get to that? What you'll do is you'll go right here to this gear icon, you'll go to settings, and then you'll go right here to parent portal. This is just saying get started. It's just kind of a quick blurb about how to get started with the parent portal. There are news and announcements. If you want to edit that, you can absolutely do that right here. And let's say I want to put something in here. Welcome to the parent portal. If I can type today, and then we're going to save changes. And so now that is up in the parent portal, and we'll show you where that is in a little bit. The next thing is settings. This is where a lot of the parent portal settings are. Like I said, there's a couple other ones that are in the e-payment and general settings, but this is where the bulk of all of your parent portal settings are, of what your parents are able to see and do in the portal. The first thing that I want to take note of is everything that is over here on the left. This is what do you want your parents to be able to see or do in the parent portal? Do you want them to see transactions? Do you want them to see students, classes? Do you want them to be able to enroll students into classes or events? And then again here with the event registration. So these are all things that you can decide as an organization how you want your parent portal to look and how you want it to act for you to better address parents' needs. So if you have any questions when you're like, okay, well, what if I unclick students? What does that do? You can click right here and it, or not even click, you just hover over this blue question mark and it says display student information for all the associated students. So if you don't want your parents to see all of the student information for the students that are associated with the parent portal account that they're logged into, then you can unclick that. But just for the purpose of today's webinar, I'm going to keep all of these checked so that you can see everything that the parent portal does have to offer. Right up here is this Activate portal. So if you are a brand new organization to Jackrabbit, or you are doing some major reconstruction with your organization, I highly recommend unchecking this That way, if you are trying to log into the parent portal, let me show you what that will look like. It will go right here and it'll say, uh-oh, this page is not well, and it says the parent portal is not currently active for this organization. So that way parents aren't able to go in there as you're making these mass changes to the parent portal or to your classes, anything like that. So highly recommend utilizing this if you are building your parent portal, if you're building your organization. You can just uncheck this, and that way it is not active until you are completely ready for your parents to see everything that they are going to be looking at in the parent portal. All right, let's go ahead and get into the settings. Communication. So do you want emails to be sent to, or where do you want your reply to and send alert email addresses? What email addresses do you want associated with parent portal emails? So I've got just a random test email here, but you would obviously put the email address that you want in there. Let's say you want multiple ones, you would just put a little semicolon, a space, and then the next email, and you can do that for multiple ones. It doesn't just have to be two. Let me put that back here. And then, do you want to send email alerts to your organization for? Do you want email alerts to be sent to your organization for updated policies, updated payment methods, and student enrollment? So that means every time a student enrolls from the parent portal, do you as an organization want an email sent to this email right here? That is what this is specifically asking. And then do you want to send email alert to parent for student enrollments? So do you want this email address right here to send an email alert to a parent when they enroll from the parent portal? Again, that's just a very quick yes or no checkbox if you want it to be a yes, and uncheck if you don't want it to be there. Show class dates and email confirmation. Do you want that? So what information do you want to show in this email confirmation? Do you want the class dates? Do you want the category one? And again, those are just yes or no questions right there. And then the login page message. So this is what is going when your parent goes to the login page, and we're gonna go through all of this, don't worry, and you're gonna see it. But when they go to the login page, this login page message is gonna be a pop-up. So it is going to say what this says as a pop-up. They'll have to click out of that, like click acknowledge or okay, and then they can log in. And that will happen every time they do log in. So if let's say you want this, you just launched your parent portal, and you want this like this message says, it just kind of says what the parent portal is able to do. View transaction schedules, policies, enroll your students, all of that good stuff. If you have this set up and you want it to be set up for a week, what I recommend is going back to your executive dashboard, create a task for you, or a reminder. It's a task. You can add a task and you can say change parent portal login message. And that way Jackrabbit will remind you to come back in here and change this. And then when you are in the login page, or when a parent is at the login page, do you want them to be able to click here, or do you want a portal video to be displayed on the login page? Again, we'll show you that. And this is what the portal video message will say. And I'll show you exactly where all of that is when we get to the login page. Family and student information. What information do you want for the family and students? Do you want to update contact and student information? Do you want the parent to be allowed to do that? Do you want to allow the parent to update e-payment schedule, update membership type? Do you want to hide school or grade fields? Do you want them to be able to add a student? Do you want them to be able to show student skills, show student absences and attendance, and show attendance issues? And again, right here, if you have a question about maybe what the show attendance issues is, you can just hover over this or click it, and it'll show you exactly what or explain exactly what they mean. And then this gender field, if you do not see this gender field, That is because in your organization default settings, under student settings, where it says hide gender, if that is set to yes, this is not going to be an option for you. But as you can see here, mine is still showing. So that means that under my organization default student settings, hide gender is set to no. Therefore, I can still change this information right here. And the options for this is, do I want them to update it? If so, do I want it to be optional, required, or do I want this to be hidden completely? I've got this as can update optional. And then when we are looking at family user-defined fields, if you are not familiar with user-defined fields, this is under your general settings, and then it is under your drop-downs. And I'll show you that when we are in the parent portal general settings. I'll just kind of very quickly remind you where you can find these user-defined fields. But for the organization that I'm in, I only have one user-defined field for the family, and I have two user-defined fields for the student. Again, the options for these are can update optional, can update required, they can view it only, or it is hidden completely from them. So I'm going to keep those as can update optional. And same thing here for the student user-defined fields. Same options here with those. And if you had more user-defined fields, then you would be able to change as well. For fees and payments, do we want to show the transaction subtype? Do we want to show the session? Do we want to show the payment method, the check number, the discount, tax if you are charging tax in your organization, unpaid amount? Do we want to show the balance, and do we want to show the transaction ID? For my classes, do you want to show the instructor, including the public nickname? Same for substitutes. Do you want to show the substitutes, including the public nickname? Do you want to show student start date? Do you want to show student drop date? Do you want to show student class start and end dates? And do you want to show a category 1 value? Again, all of these can really be set up how you want your parent portal to look. So if you're going in and you're like, I don't know how this is going to show, then I can just very easily go right here. I can change this and change this. And that way I can go into my parent portal with my test account, my test parent portal account, and I can be able to see what these changes are going to look like. And then class enrollment settings. Do I want to have parents able to enroll students, hide the instructor filter, allow enrollment at any location, prevent inactive families from enrolling, prevent problem families from enrolling in classes and events? Do I want to require policy agreement for each enrollment? Do I want to hide category 1, 2, or 3 filters? Do I want to hide the day filter? Do I want to show the class start date? And do I want to show the instructors? Very last one is show category 1 value. And then the very last things here are class enrollment openings, including makeups. Do you want this to be shown or hidden? And then I've got here the enrollment comment labels. So when I'm enrolling, and we're going to go through this when I am logged into the parent portal, the enrollment comment label. So do you want it to say comments, or do you want it to say notes, or do you want it to say special requests? Really, however you want it to look for you and what verbiage you want your parent portal to show or have, that is where you can put it in right here. And then is it required? I've got it as no. For inactive family enrollment message, this is what is going to pop up is that if an inactive family tries to enroll. So this is the standard note that comes with Jackrabbit when you're setting up your parent portal. You can absolutely change that if you would like. And then the last thing is if you are accepting donations, would you like to accept donations on behalf of a charity? As you can see right here, this is grayed out. That's because this is a Jackrabbit test account, so I don't have this set up. But you would be able to click yes or no right here. And then if you have multiple charities in here, you would be able to select charity. And that way parents would be able to go in and select a charity that they would like to donate to. If you also are getting this message right here, you can click donation disabled. Oh, I thought that was a pop-up help, but it is not. But we can send a quick help center article if you have questions about that donation disabled. If you would like to accept donations, we can absolutely send that to you. Okay, so that is parent portal settings. The next thing that we are going to be looking at is we're going to be looking at e-payment settings. And to get to that, we're going to get out of here. And then we are going to go right up here to the gear icon, and we're going to go to e-payments. And when we are in e-payments, what I want you to go to is credit card and bank account settings. You're going to click manage settings. And then right here where it says parent portal settings, that's what we're going to go into. So this is parent portal settings, and this is for existing customers. So this is how you are going to set your electronic payment preferences, is right here in this e-payment settings and then through the parent portal settings. So accepting payments and managing payment methods, which payment method does your business prefer? So do you want to only accept credit and debit card payments? Do you want to only accept ACH payments, or do you want to accept both? Completely up to you. And then can parents make payments through the parent portal? It's a yes or no. If I click this to no, then as you can see, all of this information here has now been grayed out, so I cannot change it. So let's change that back to yes so that I can show you what else we can do here. When payments can be made in the parent portal, parents can select which fees to pay, and that is in full or partial amount, only pay balance in full, select which fees to pay in full, or change payment amount. Payment is applied to the oldest fees. So I've got here, select which fees to apply. Again, this is all based on how you want your organization to work and to run when taking e-payments in the parent. Do you require parents to save a payment method if they are currently enrolled or before enrolling in class? So if you want a credit card or ACH payment to be required when somebody is enrolling from the parent portal, then you're going to change this right here to yes. If I click this to yes, it is going to ask, I require both a credit card and a bank account be saved, or I require either a credit card or a bank account to be saved. So it's and or. So just make sure that you are paying attention to that when you're choosing that. And then we're going to turn that back off just for the sake of today's parent portal, because I'm not going to put in my personal credit card information into the test parent portal. Now, how do we want any credit, debit card, or bank account information on the parent's account to be managed in the parent portal? Do we want the parent to be able to add and update credit card information and bank account information? The options here are they can add and update, they can view only, or it's completely hidden from the parent. I want it to be as easy as possible for my parents to be able to add and update payment information. So I've got this set here. That way they're not calling me saying, hey, I've got a new MasterCard. Can I put this on here now? Then I can just allow that to be in the parent's hands of how they can add and update payment information. And then would you like to be emailed when a parent makes a payment in the parent portal? If I change this to yes, that means anytime a payment is made through the parent portal, my organization's email is going to get an email sent to them saying, hey, so-and-so made a payment on the parent portal. And then shopping cart preferences. Do you want to require payment upon checkout when parents are enrolled using the parent portal? So the shopping cart is really anything that is added into the parent portal. So that could be a class, that could be an event. Eventually that will be appointments when appointments is released through the parent portal later after this initial release that was just released today. So shopping carts. So that's really anytime, let's say I'm enrolling a student into 3 different classes, it's going to show that I've got those 3 different classes in my shopping cart. So that's what we mean when shopping cart. Do I want to require payments for class and event tuition fees? Do I want to require payments for registration fees? And then can parents check out using a payment method not previously saved? That's a quick yes or no there. So that is everything that has to do with e-payments and those settings when it comes to the parent portal. Let's go into our final general settings, and that is also for the parent portal settings. So to get to that, again, we're going to the gear icon. Oh, let's save those changes. Gear icon, settings. Gosh, is it not saving? Save changes. Okay. Settings, general, and then we're going to go right here to organization defaults. And we're going to scroll down until we see, let's see here. Oh, I passed it, didn't I? There it is. Parent portal absence and makeup settings. So you can see here, this is all about just absences and makeups. These are your absence display rules. What absences would you like your parents to see? Do you want them to see all absences, or would you like to limit those? If you would like to limit those, do you want it to be only absences eligible for makeups, or do you want to display them for a certain amount of time? That could be days, weeks, or months. And do you want to only display a certain amount of absences within that time frame that you've set? Do you want to allow parents to report absences? Quick yes or no there. And then do you need a scheduling window for absences? So do you need to have absences recorded ahead of time if parents are going to be reporting them in the parent portal? I've got on here 0 days, but I can absolutely change this to, let's say I need a 12-hour notice. That way, if the class is eligible for makeups, I'm sorry, not for makeups, but for waitlists or anything like that, then you can pop some there. And then absence notifications. Do you want to receive notification emails when absences are scheduled? If I've got yes right here, I very quickly just put in an email address. If I've got no, you can see this is not required. Do I want to allow parents to schedule makeups? If so, is this allowed via the parent portal? And do I allow only allow makeups in classes with at least 1 student enrolled? Makeup class similarity rules. Do I want them to be in the same location, session, the same age range, category 1, 2, or 3, the same instructor, or the same gender? And then makeup setting rules. Do I need a makeup date lead time? So do I need a specific amount of time for makeups to be scheduled? So I've got right here, I've got 2 hours. Again, you can change these to hours, days, or weeks. Or I can say I don't need any lead time at all. You can schedule makeups whenever you would like. And then scheduling window for makeup. How much into the future do they have to schedule these makeups? If I need it to be within a certain amount of time, again, I can change this right here, days and weeks. And then scheduling window for future absences. Do you need again, a days in advance for scheduling future absences? I've got on here that you can schedule makeups for any future absences, or you can do it for anything 2 days in the future. Can inactive students schedule makeups? It's a quick yes or no. Makeup notifications. Do I want emails to be sent when makeups are scheduled? Do I want scheduled, or what is my scheduled makeup message? So this is when you are looking to schedule a makeup. This is what your parents will see if they are in the makeup section of the parent portal. And then the makeup success message. Do I want a custom message for parents after a makeup is scheduled? Quick yes or no. If I want it to be yes, I could put in here makeup. I could type in whatever I want for the title. as well as the message, and they would be able to see that once a makeup has been scheduled. And then the last thing is cancellation rules. Can makeups be canceled? Yes or no? If I put right there, I can put yes, and then they must be done within a certain amount of time, or they can cancel makeups anytime in the future. All right. And then if you are in this, in these settings and you're not seeing any of this information, then what you will be able to do is right here, as you can see, I'm able to collapse some of this because I am changing my settings. So as I click different answers, things will pop up or down based off of my answer. So don't worry if you're looking at this and you are not seeing all this information, play around with these answers and sometimes things will pop up and down based off of what you are clicking. All right, and then the last thing that I promised I would show is this user-defined fields. So if you go to user-defined fields, this is where you'll see the family and student user-defined fields. So if you wanted to add another user-defined fields for the family, you absolutely could do that right here. If you don't, then you can just leave it blank and it will not show up on the parent portal. All right, so that's everything when it comes to settings. We've gone through the parent portal settings, we've gone through e-payment settings, and we've also gone through the general settings when it comes to absences and makeups in the parent portal. So now let's go ahead and get into what a parent is going to see when they are in the parent portal. So again, I'm going right here to parent portal. I'm going to click go to parent portal. And as you can see, this important message is that login screen message that I showed at the very beginning of the not of the webinar, but when we were going through the parent portal settings. So this is that message, and if you ever wanted to change this, all you would have to do again is go to edit portal settings, and this login page message. Once I have read this as a parent, I'm going to click OK. And as you can see here, I've already got a login saved right here. If I am having trouble, what I can do is I can reset password. And here is that new to the parent portal video message. And what I can do is I can click watch video. And this will pop up right here. And it is a quick video to help your parents familiarize themselves with the parent portal. So I'm going to close out of that and I am going to sign in. So right here, this is a new announcements. This is a pop-up. This is saying a new announcement. So if I want to view the announcement, I absolutely can do that. Or what I can do is I'll click, I'll read it later. I'm going to click, I'll read it later. That way I can show you where it will show on the right side of the taskbar when we're looking into the parent portal. So I'll show you that shortly. So this is what your parents are going to see when they log in. This is the landing page. This is the parent portal dashboard. So I am signed in as a parent named Laura. As you can see here, I've got a current balance. I can look for classes, and then I can also look at my schedule. I can click show all. I can look at today, or I can look at waitlist. So let's say I want to see what is happening today for the students that I have for my parent portal. I can click happening today, and I can see here that Grace has a class today and Michael has a class today. I can also look at the waitlist. I don't have anyone in waitlist on my parent portal, so that is why this is not showing. But let's say I want to click all, and then I can click print. This is now going to show all of the classes that my students are assigned to or enrolled in. So that is the parent, or excuse me, the parent portal dashboard. All of this stuff right here is clickable. So if I want to look at my current balance, I could click pay now if I want. If I'm looking for classes, I could do that and it's going to take me straight to classes. Same thing here with events. If we go back to the dashboard, again, all of this is clickable. So if I want to look at upcoming substitutions, I can click that. I can click view details. That's going to take me to class details for this specific class. Same thing here for any of this. If I want to view a specific student that I have in my parent portal, I can click their name and it's going to take me straight to that student page. There are obviously other ways to get to that. So let's go ahead and go back to the dashboard and we're going to make our way over to the right and then we're going to go through this taskbar as well. So the next thing is billing and payments. So as you can see right here, we've got billing and payments. You can see my current balance is right here. If I want to pay that, I absolutely can by clicking pay now. I can select which fees I want to pay. I can change this payment amount if I would like to. Again, that is all based off of the settings that you create when you are building this parent portal. And then let's say I wanted to click pay now, I could. I would put in my security code, I would click confirm, and that would pay $220.63 of this $470 balance. So that is everything there. If there are multiple payment methods, you'll be able to click right here and the parent would be able to click which one they would like to make the payment on. Now, let's say they want to add another payment method. What they could do is they could go right here to Saved Payment Methods. You can see right here that this MasterCard is the default and the primary card. That is because it's the only card in here. If I wanted to add another one, I would click Add Another One. I would put in the account information, the bank, and then I would change this to make default if I would like that to be the default. Now, you can also see full transaction history. So if I want to see the full transaction history, I could then go in and I could also filter this. So if I only want to see students, and let's say I only want to see what Grace has been billed for, then I can click add filter and it's going to show me all 10 transactions that are right there. If I want to print it, I absolutely can do that as well. And it's going to print this nice and neat for me. Let's go back to billing. And then the very bottom right here is any recent activity. So I don't know the exact parameters on this, but this is what it is going to show you. I think it is just based off of this specific amount of activity that is going to show. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The most recent 10 transactions that are going to be on your account. That's what it's going to show in the recent activity. All right, so that is billing and payments. Let's go ahead and go to classes and events. And this is where you're going to be able to, again, see your schedule, which is your students' schedules. And then again, this is, you can see show all, you can show today, or you can show wait list. It is showing Grace's schedule up top and Michael is down here. You can click into this if you would like. You can click view details. And this is showing me all of the information that has to do with this class. So this is the class details page. It's showing me the type. It's showing me the session, the start date and end date, the ages, the days of the week that it's starting, or meeting, the time, and who is the instructor. You can also go right back to this saying, so this is saying who's enrolled. This does not mean who's enrolled throughout the entire organization. So you can't click this and say, oh, I wonder if Grace's friend is in this class. That's not what who's enrolled means here. That means who's enrolled out of the students that are in this parent portal. So in this one, it would show Grace or Mike. So as you can see here, Grace is enrolled in this gymnastics foundations class. So if we go back and we click return, again, it's going to show the same information right here. One thing I do want to point out is right here, this says upcoming substitutions. So if your student has a instructor that's going to be out and a substitution has been assigned, you're going to be able to see this in the parent portal if you have that allowed to be seen in your portal settings. So then you can click upcoming substitutions. You can see that on 10/18/2024, the absent instructor is going to be Emily Cole, and the substitute is going to be Raina Griffith. All right, all the same information right here for Michael. And then if we are going in to try to find a class, you can click Find Class. And this is all of the information that it is going to pull from. So do you want it to show me all locations? Do you want me to show locations for all ages? And do you want me to show full classes with waitlists? And then this is all of the information that you are able to filter. So I can filter results. I can add a filter. And let's say I want to do days of the week, and I want to select specific days. I'm specifically showing you this filter just because I kind of want to show you how it works. So let's say I want to see days of the week for classes that are on Monday and Wednesday. What this filter looks for is any class that equals a class that meets on one of those days, not each of those days and not only those days. So as you can see here, I put in Monday, Wednesday. That's what I was looking for. And this class right here meets, oh, let me go back. I did not mean to click that. There we go. This class right here, this Black Tips class, it meets on Wednesday. Therefore, it is coming up in that filter because I clicked Monday and Wednesday. It's not looking for Monday and Wednesday. It's looking for anything that equals Monday or Wednesday. If you wanted to just kind of scroll down, you can see here, okay, here's some classes that are Mondays and Wednesdays. So then you can go right here and click this and say, I want to enroll a student into this. So what does that look like when you're enrolling someone in? What you'll do is you'll click right here. You'll click Add to Cart. And again, this is who are you enrolling? Do you want to enroll Grace or Michael? Do you want to enroll both? Comments right here. If you want to add any comments for the enrollment, you absolutely can. And then let's say I don't want to read these policies right now, and I click Add. It's going to make me agree to these policies. That's something that we have so that your parents, you're not having to email these parents saying, hey, I need you to sign these policies. I need you to sign these policies. They can go right in here when they are adding this, enrolling their students into here. They can click I have read. And to view that policy, they can click View Policy, and it'll go right there. They'll be able to read it. You can click OK. Again, I have read all of those, and now I can add this to my cart. And I can continue shopping if I would like. That means I might want to add more classes. So that is how you find classes. Same thing with events. It's the same workflow. It is just in a completely separate section. So there's classes and there's events. Same here with the filters. You can check any of these filters. You can go in, you can look at all of that. You can add to cart the same way that you do classes. All right, so that is everything to do with classes and events. Right here is your shopping cart. And as you can see, I've got 2 enrollments or 2 classes in my shopping cart. So I can go right here. It is going to show me what my total amount due is today. I would then go to payment. I would select my payment and I would make payment. Again, it's going to ask me for that security code. I would then click confirm. The payment would be made, and these 2 students would now be added into that class that are in the shopping cart. So let's go back here, and we're now going to go over here to this right taskbar. So this is how you can get to more information here. I can get back to the dashboard. I can go to my account. And this is where I will be able to edit any information when it comes to students, billing and payments, contacts, settings, and policies. So let's first look at students. If I want to add a student, what I can do is I can click right here. add student, it's going to give me all of this good information that I can put in, and then I can click save. If I want to look at Michael and see what information is in there, I can click view Michael. This is his details. If I want to edit any of those, I can click that little pencil icon and I can edit that. If I want to add a picture for Michael, I can click this. It's going to ask me which one do I want to add, and then I would just click the one and click open, and it would save it into his profile. Same thing for Grace. It would do the same thing if I click Grace, and I was able to edit any of this information. While you are in here, you can also look at enrollment for the specific student. You can look at resources if any resources are listed. You can submit absences, and you can also look at skills. So if you want to look at absences and you want to schedule an absence, all you do is you click this schedule absence. You say for student, and let's say I want to do Michael and Grace, and I know that they're going to be out, let's say next Friday, and they're only going to be out that one day. If I want to put a reason in there, I absolutely can. I can then click next step. It's going to show that Grace is going to miss this class right here. Do I want to confirm that she will be absent from this class? I'm going to click yes there, and then I'm going to click submit. And as you can see right here, it has now been added to the absences. This is upcoming. You can also see past absences as well. All right, let's go back here, and we're going to go back to account. And that was everything that has to do with students. Again, this is another way that you can get to billing and payments. Let's then go to contacts. You can add another contact if you would like, and then you can edit your contacts here. As you can see, this little red means that something is required and it is missing. So as I clicked into her Laura's contact, it took me straight to the required field that is missing. So I'm going to put a random number in here. Oh. And that is now going to get rid of that red box right here. Same thing here for Michael. I can click edit. This says that I am missing this field is required, the type. So I'm going to put here that Michael is a guardian. And then it is also saying that this mobile number is required. So I'm just going to save this. Let's say I don't remember Michael's name or phone number. I'm going to just save here. And as you can see, it is making me put this information in. So you will then have to go in here and put this information. And save. And then it's also going to say, hey, you're missing one more, and it's this user ID. So we're going to put in a user ID. And then if you are in a setting and you have these permissions, this is how you can edit these authorized for pickup and can log in. So if I don't want them to log in, as you can see, that user ID is now gone. If I don't want Michael to be an authorized person for pickup, I can also click that right there. That way they now have no permissions. They cannot pick up and they cannot log in. I'm going to save this. Gosh, it is catching me for all these things. All right. So now we're out of there. It has now updated this to Guardian, and it has now gotten rid of this information right here, the red box with the number in there. I can then go to settings. This is, again, my information, so my parent portal information that I am currently logged into. It's also showing me family details if I want to change any information, whether it be my address and primary phone number, emergency contact information, or this additional info, which is that alternate pickup, which is where that family user defined field was. And then the very last thing is policies. So these are all the policies that I have previously agreed to. And then if you need to re-agree to anything, it will show right here. And I'm going to show you what that will look like. I know we're running short on time. I've got about 10 minutes left, but we are going to get through it all. We have already gone through billing and payments. We've gone through classes and events. We've gone through absences and makeups. Again, this is how you can submit an absence. And then if you were in a class that were able to schedule a makeup, you would be able to schedule a makeup right here as well. For latest announcements, this is that one that I said view later. I can click latest announcement, and then I can go right here and it says, okay, here's my latest announcement. It just says, welcome to the parent portal. I can click, okay, got it. And it's now going to take me back to that dashboard. And then the last thing right here is messages. And this is any messages that are pertinent to me as a parent to know. So it looks like right here, absence scheduled for gymnastics foundations at 10:25. So this is saying, hey, you submitted that absence, and it's just letting me know that. Same thing here for this agreement. This is a policy agreement. This is showing me all of the policies that I signed earlier. So that is a great way to see those. And again, you can filter any of these as you would like. And then the last thing that I'm going to show you is, let's say I'm over here in classes and I am going to enroll Grace into this class. I am going to enroll. Let's skip enrollment summary. We're going to post this. I'm done. And let me close out of this parent portal. And now let me go back into it. What I am showing you is what policies are going to look like when I have not signed any policies. Why is that not popping up? Let's go. Let me edit one real fast, and that way it will. Bear with me. All right, let me log back out, go back to parent portal, go back to parent portal, log in. Gosh, why is it not allowing me to do that? I bet you it's because I signed those policies today. So what I was trying to show you is if I add a new class and it was through Jackrabbit, the parent cannot sign these policy groups. If I am logging in as a parent and there has been a change to my policy group, it is, or my policies regardless, it's not going to let me do a single thing in my parent portal until I have agreed to those policies. So it is going to just deadlock me into agreeing to policies before I can do a single thing else in Jackrabbit. So I apologize that that's not working. It has worked in the 3 test runs that I've done, including one this morning. So I apologize if that's not working for me right now. I know I must be doing something wrong. My mind is just dead on what that could be that I am doing wrong. So that is everything that has to do with the parent portal. I hope that all questions have been able to be answered. If you have any last minute questions, we have just a few minutes before the end of this webinar. If you are going ahead and dropping off, just a reminder that there is a survey for you to complete. It's going to ask you to pop into the survey as soon as you close out of Zoom. So please, please, please do that. It is how you grade, or how I get graded on what I'm doing as a job. The webinar for the appointments release, that is tomorrow at 1 o'clock. I will make sure that that is included in the follow-up email as well, so that you are able to register for that. If you have any questions, please go to training@jackrabbittech.com. That's my email. That's how you can reach me to ask any last-minute burning questions, or any questions that come up at the end of this webinar. And then the very last thing is this QR code. This is how you can get to your Facebook user group. If you are not already part of it, I highly recommend joining. So Thank you all so much. And I do see a couple of questions in the Q&A. If we are not able to answer your question, just please know that I will send you an email with the answer, and it will also be in the email that you get sent tomorrow from Zoom. Thank you so much, and I hope you all have a great rest of your week.